once again, it was a place where you could be a community, you know, and the kind of commonality of that place happened to be sex. But that wasn't the only thing that happened there, because a lot of times you just wanted a dark hole just to go up and, you know, come down from your high, or, you know, get off of your drunk before you had to drive home, or, you know, go take in a steam or a jacuzzi, or just kind of live your life without feeling like you had to hide something or secretively do something. This was a place where you could just be who you were and be naked. So, I mean, naked wasn't always a good thing for everybody, but, you know, it was kind of fun. Yeah, they wouldn't be open if people weren't going. I'd say a third to almost half the business is in straight men. And that kind of brings me back to my point where men are built that way. And I knew back in that time era that, you know, it was just, you know, are you gay, are you straight? We just didn't talk about it. I mean, you knew you were in a bathhouse together, you're there for something. So, it was so that whole, like, kind of don't ask, don't tell kind of situation. If you ran into each other outside of the bathhouse, you didn't acknowledge one another, you didn't, you know, talk about the deed. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of it was about, I almost want to, gay etiquette, so to speak. There is no such thing anymore. A lot of that I find comes from the current generation of people who are so disconnected. They live their worlds behind a computer screen or on their texting or whatever, so, you know, it's almost like it's a persona unto itself that they don't have to be responsible for. So even though their name is on it, they could, somebody else had said that, and that's how a lot of them, you know, perceive that. So yeah, they'll put their stuff out in the street. Whereas then, you know, you just didn't do that. No, I don't think people would have turned away from you, as people more or less would have said, oh, well, he's, you know, he's nothing but a little slut, or he's, you know, he's one of those kind of people. And nobody wanted to be that kind of person, whatever that was. You had your small groups where you could talk about that kind of stuff and have a good laugh over, but you never did it at anybody's expense or maliciously, unless, you know, that person really had pissed you off. And back then it usually took quite a bit. But still, there were sort of ground rules. I think a lot of those ground rules have sort of been blurred or just set aside. So it's kind of anybody's game now. And, you know, and you don't know what the rules are, and you don't know that you're playing that game, it can be kind of an awkward situation.